Students, my name is Priyanka Tyagi. I'm going to take your subject computer science for this session. I'm having 12-year experience of teaching. Now in today's class, our topic is Introduction to C++. So what is C++? This is a high level language. Why we are saying the high level language? We are the computer user. Whatever the code we have done, that code done by us. Okay. Now there are the few terms. First, we'll look after the basic concepts of C++. What is exactly, who is the inventor of this language, right? So as you know that this is your programming language. So the inventor of this language was yes. That language was developed by AT&T Bell Laboratory, as you can see on the screen, right? So the year of invention of this language is 1980, right? And the inventor of this language is B. Ernest Rostrow. Okay, so before C++, there are so many types of languages came into existence like Basic, Pascal, Fortran, but they were all were the scientific languages, right? So what is C++? Basically, it's a high level language. It is containing the concept of OOPS. Now, what is OOPS? OOPS stands for Object Oriented Programming Language. Okay. Now, what is this? It is containing the objects concept that is dealing with the real life scenario, right? Suppose, for example, if we are going to locate or bifurcate the different real life scenario things like if we are going to bifurcate the categories of fruits, right? So different categories of fruits we are having in our real life, like banana, apple, something like that. So every fruit in itself a object, and every fruit having its own specialty, like color wise, size wise, shape wise, its taste wise. Okay, so just like that, we are working under the data, right? And that data we are bifurcate on the basis of objects, right? And objects are having two things. One is features, right? And second is your functions. Okay, so basically in this chapter we are going to finish it off the which kind of data we can handle under C++, like character sets, tokens, basic data type, each and everything we are going to discuss in detail, right? Later on we will discuss the data types and different types of operators. Okay, now what is C++ character set? The topic, as you can see on the screen, C++ character set. This topic will tell you which type of data we can handle under this programming language, right? Every type of data we can handle in this programming language, like we can handle numerical data. As you already know, since the concept of mathematics, we are having 10 numerical number, right? From 0 to 9. Easily we can handle in the different form with the mathematical operations, and we can handle the data in the form of letters, and letters are bifurcated in the two form, lowercase letter and uppercase letter. And parallelly we are using different types of special characters in the form of punctuation marks or other symbols that are going to be used in the mathematical calculation as a comparison operator, as assignment operator, like that. And we are using one more very special concept, that is white space. What is white space, right? Suppose if I'll take the example of English language, we are writing something, right? So we are writing a sentence in an English, right? A sentence having any numbers of words, but when we write something in English, right? So we are providing some space logically, and in the normal English language, we are saying gap and space. But in the terms of programming language, we can say white space. And there are different keys we can use to specify that space, to maintain that concept, like horizontal tab, there is a tab key, blank space, carriage retain, new line, form field. All these concepts are categorized under this category, white space. Okay, so this table is very important to get the idea about the C++ programming. Now let's go with your worksheet, which will contain the important one topics of this chapter. C++ character set we have already discussed. Okay, now the next topic is basic data types. Basic data types, I have already told you, this language can handle any type of data. So if I am talking about data, data is having two phases, right? One, the data is having numerical phase. Okay, if I am talking about numerical phase, normally we are using the numbers in mathematical calculation in the form of integer number or decimal number, right? So what is data types actually? If we are using the data in the C++ programming language, right? First of all, we have to officially specify the nature of the data, and that thing we can handle with the concept of data type. Okay, now in C++, there is a data type integer. Okay, there is a data type integer. Give me a second. So how can you specify that integer data type in your programming? Suppose you will use this short form of integer like int, right? Integer is short for int. That data type you will use to specify the integer number, right? Next is your floating point. Floating point data type is used for decimal number. Okay, all are having the different capacity to store maximum number of data in a memory space. Third data type is your character type. Character type is what they are using for textual data, the data in the form of alphabets, the data in the form of letter. Okay, when you have to specify a single character or a letter, right, that thing is possible with the third type of data type, that is character type. Okay, now the next topic is tokens. Now what is tokens? Basically, a token is a group of character, right? If I'll give you the explanation regarding token in a very simplified way. So according to me, whatever we have typed in the form of programming, right? In the software of C++ programming language, that thing we can call or we can announce with a single technical term, that is token. Whatever the concept we have typing in the C++ program, keywords or other things, data types or other concepts or syntax of the language, technically we can say that tokens. And further, tokens are having different types. You can see on the screen keywords, identifier, literal, punctuator, and operators. Now, what is keywords? Keywords are basically fixed words, right? If I'll take the example of English language, right? Certainly we are using dictionary, and dictionary is what? It's a container of different types of words, right? That words we are not generated, they are already predefined. Simply we are using that words in our speaking, reading, and writing. Okay, so just like that, in the library of the C++, there are the certain words which are stored already, and simply we are using that word in our programming concepts. We can't build it, they are already pre-built, right? So there are certain rules to use. How will you use the keyword in your programming? That will do later on in the further chapters. Identifiers. Identifiers is what? They are the certain kinds of concept, right? And which is based on the programmer, right? We are the user of this language, we are the programmer as a, so whatever the keywords, whatever the words, whatever the concept we have generated on our own, right? That particular words we can generate, right, with the help of identifier, right? Next is your literals. Literals is what? They are the another concept in tokens in the C++ programming, right? So as you can see, this is the list of pre-built keywords in the library of C++. Okay, we can simply use it. Identifier is just like a, suppose I want to store value 50 in my C++ program. So how can I can give a user defined name to store my value, right? So I can use a symbolic name like marks for that, right? So I can give this statement like marks equals to 50. Okay. So that symbol is an assignment operator. Basically in mathematics, we will say it equal to operator, but in the terms of programming, this operator is using here for the assigning certain value. We have generated a literal here, marks with name. This is the user defined identifier. So we have allotted an integer value in it. Okay, that symbolic name is mark, right? And it will occupy a memory location. What is the nature of this identifier? It is an integer data type because it is holding up an integer value that is 50. Okay, so there are certain rules programming wise. How can you allot, right? An identifier can consist of alphabet, digit, and underscore. Yes, it can be a alphabet totally. We can declare a symbolic name like digit. Only digit we can specify and a underscore, not any other special character. Okay, there is a one more rule regarding identifier or variable name, that is when you are going to use variable, look, but I don't know how many programs you are going to design, right? You can design n numbers of program, but identifier and variable name is the compulsory thing in every program. Okay, so there is a rule when you are going to declare a variable in your program, never start your variable name with a digit or a numerical number. Okay, C++ is a case sensitive language. Now, what is the meaning of case sensitive? Suppose at the initial stage, you are declaring your variable in capital letter, but later on, you will use that same variable name in the lower case. So C++ compiler will give you error. Okay, it is not in the knowledge of C++ compiler. Okay, and we can't use reserve keyword, right, for this concept. Now, next concept is your literal. Literal is what? They are the constants. Constant is what? They are the user defined constant, but we can use it with the basic rules. 4 types of constant we are having according to the nature of the data, like integer constant, character constant, floating point constant, and string literal. Integer constant is used for integer type of data, like to holding up the integer number. If you are specifying an integer constant, what is the constant actually? Actually, in variable name, we can change the data as per the requirement in the execution of the program from first stage to last stage. But in literal constant, we can't be changed once we have declared it, right? It will be remain same in the whole execution of the program. So character constant holding up the textual data in the form of alphabets, floating constant again containing the data in the for decimal data, decimal number. String literal is used for sequence of character, not a single character. It can be store a single name of a person or a line of a text, right? So now here you can see that literal, after literal there is a punctuator. Punctuator are nothing, they are the pair of brackets, different kind of different shapes are there, like brackets. Brackets are simply square brackets, pair of a square bracket we can use as a punctuator. Parenthesis, normally we are using round bracket, braces where we are using. So there are different topics in C++, and everywhere we are using these kind of punctuator in the different location. Later on we will discuss it in detail. Now there is a comma, okay, semicolon, colon, asterisk, and equal sign. As you can see, this is the topic of punctuator. Now furthermore, we are move out on operators, right? C++ having the capability to hold on the all types of operators. Normally, if I am talking about mathematics are having different kinds of operator. Like in arithmetic operator, generally we are using plus, minus, right, multiply, division for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division operator. Okay, relational operator are basically providing the relationship between the two value or two quantities. Okay, you can see here. Yes, these are the table, like this is the table of arithmetic operator. You can see here the example, like this is the addition operator. You can see the example and with result, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulus operator. Modulus operator, right? Division operator and modulus operator, both are doing same jobs, right? But the result will be different, right? When you will divide two numbers, right? Simple division operator will give you the division as a result. But when you will divide two number with modulus operator, actually the another name of modulus operator is your remainder operator. Why we saying the remainder operator? Because it when you will divide two number with the help of this operator, always it will give you the three uh, uh, remainder as a result. Okay. Now, relational operator. Relational operator basically is used to test or identify the relationship between two values, like comparison operator of mathematics are the relational operator in computer programming, like less than equals to, and normally in programming now we are using equal to sign twice if we are comparing the equality of two values, greater than, less than, and exclamatory marks with equal to sign we are using for comparing the not equal. Right now here further you can see that there are the few examples. You can see if we are executing these, it will give you the true and false result. Okay. Now, the next topic is our size of operator. Size of operator is what? When you are going to declare some variable or an object in your program. So that size of operator will give you how much amount of memory required for an object at the compile time, right? Rather than at runtime. Compile time means when you are going to execute your program, first time, whatever the memory space area it will be having, right? That will be managed by size of operator. Order of precedence. Order of precedence is what? Just like the BODMAS rule of mathematics, right? What will happen? Order of precedence will give the priority, right, of the operators, which is the highest priority. This is the table which you can observe on the screen, right? This will give you the overall priority of the operator, different operators in the C++ from higher to lower. As you can see here, the highest priority of the operator is your parenthesis operators. Okay. Next is your post increment decrement. That will be the part of your iterative statement topic that we'll do later on. Right now, these all are your basic concepts. Right. So how will you learn the programming in C++? Actually, in C++, currently there are so many types of IDLE we are using here. First of all, I'll show you the basic one. You can see here, if you don't want to install any such kind of software in your computer system and you want to getting the idea about the online programming coding, you can get it by the C++ online compiler. If you will search in the Google, so many types of online compiler will open to you. You can choose any one. So currently this is the online GDB.com is the website which will give you the facility to execute your code for not C++ programming, different types of programming languages. As you can see here, we are using this portal for which language programming? C++, right? So we have opened it. You can see here, there is a pre-built code, which is where in the interface of this page is very simple. You can see here, there is already a code. First, you can check the output of this code. Okay, how you can check it? You can see here, this page is bifurcated into two parts. Look at this black one area. This is your coding area. And below your coding area, there is a command line. There is a command line argument. Okay. And what you will do, here is the way where you can check the output of your code. Whatever the programming you have done in this IDLE, you can do it. So in this program, what is going on? First, they have declaring the header file, right? All these programming check will discuss one by one. So next is your using namespace std. This is the fixed in statement in every program of the C++, and they will be declared here the main function and the agenda and the motto of this program to print a message on the output screen like hello world. This is a very basic program. So after typing this program, what you will do, you will click on the run button. When you will click on the run button, it will showing you the processing like compiling program. Okay. And you can see here, this is the output area. Okay. Hello world program finished with exit code. Okay. So this is all about the programming in online compiler, right? And furthermore, if you want to install the software in your computer system, that you can do. We are having, you can see here, there is an icon. This is the software Turbo C++. Easily you can use it. If you want to do the program in that software, you can do it. You can execute your code. So to open this software, simply you have to double click over this icon. So when you will click on this dialog window will appear to you. Simply you have to choose this area, Start Turbo C++. When you will click on this, that is the first window. Suppose you want to do your program. So first of all, you will have to open new file. So just choose the file option in the menu bar and new. Okay, this is the new file. Okay, and you want to do your program. Simply you will type your code. The code, right? In this, ideally, you need to type your code first. iostream.h, and you can include that one more header file. This is the compulsory one. In this, ideally, that is your conio.h. Okay. Now here you can use the main function, and under this you can print the statement. Okay, like hello world. Right. So this is your main information. Simply after that you will give a right, and you will complete your code. This is the very short piece of code. First of all, you want to save this. Again, you will choose file option, save as, and here you can choose your first program, right? So I'll give this name to my program, and this is the program for C++. So extension of the file is .cpp. Okay, you will press on the OK key. Now you have saved your file. You want to compile your program for error checking. So simply you will click on this compile. Okay, there is no error as such. If you will run it, okay, so this is the output of your code, right? So this is the way to do the output and to do the program, to execute the program in this IDLE. Now again come to the topic, right? So this is all about the basic information of your C++ programming. 1 second. Yes. Now here are the few examples, right? How will you declare the variable in C++, right? So this is your integer value. Simply you will write int, short for integer data type, put a space over there. X is the variable name, and you have assigned a value in the X. So what it will be, there is a memory space in the computer, which is holding by the name, like suppose this is the memory space, which is holding by this variable, and the name of this variable is X. And which value is stored inside it? For the time being, that is 2. Okay. Now there is another variable like L, right? Another memory storage space area, that is 1. Okay. So if you want to learn more concepts in C++, you can join the NIOS classes with me, right? Thank you, everyone.